Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. Now today I am going to talk to you about another new palette that I got. This is fairly new as well. It's not just new in Ali M's house, but it is a fairly new release product as well. It's by a company called Hindash, and here is the palette. It's already got grubby because I've really been creating with this palette today. Now this is called the Hindash Monochromance palette, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Let me just cover up the mirror if I can. Okay, so this is the palette. Now I'm going to show you a picture of what it looked like pristine and new, which I should have done in the first place, but I love the concept of this palette. So I need to explain to you a little bit about why this is very, very different. And I'm going to start by telling you one thing. Okay, would it surprise you if I told you that apart from my brow liner and mascara, everything that I've got on my face today, and obviously my foundation, is this? Everything. Yes, the lips. Yes, the powder. Yes, the blush. Yes, the eyeshadow. Because this palette really feeds in to what I've been saying right when I started my channel. And what was my big catchphrase? There were two catchphrases, Ali Pallies, which was a name that you all gave yourself as people that follow my channel. And I love the fact that you came up with that name yourselves. And I love my Ali Pallies. But the other catchphrase I said right from the start is pigment is pigment. Now, this palette is pigment. I don't know if it's as clear to see this right now, but I'm just again going to cover this mirror. I'm going to put a picture of it at the top. But basically, you will see that there's a kind of gradient to it, each of the shadows. So there's basically 6 colours. And you can see they start out dark and then they gradually get lighter at the top. Okay? So it's kind of an ombre effect. Now, of course, this makes swatching them a little bit difficult, because when I just rub my finger in, I'm mixing it all together. I'm going to show you those swatches in a minute, because what I've done is I've swatched it in one line, and then I've swatched the darkest part and the lightest part. Now what Hindash says is that you can use this palette anywhere on your face. And of course you can do that with any palette because, ladies, pigment is pigment. Okay? But the fact that you've got this gradient really helps you to kind of open up your options in terms of what you can use it for. So I'm going to tell you what I did with this look, and I might recreate this tomorrow. But you can see that I've got purple on my eyes. I kind of placed the dark in the corner. I placed the light in the middle. Then I lightened it up with a bit of that. And I put some of that under my brow. I also use this shade as a powder, a setting powder. I use this at the bottom as a contour. Yes, I've used that as a contour. I mix these two together in the middle to give me my blush. And I also mixed a bit of this and a bit of the pink to make myself a lipstick, and I used a little bit of this and a little bit of that at the end to do a lip liner, and then I covered it with some clear lip gloss. And also my eyeliner is also this palette, so I took some of the dark in this corner and then graduated to the light in this corner, and on the top I used some of the dark purple. So this is what makes this palette really, really versatile, is that you can use this on any part of your face, and you can also use any type of shade. It kind of reminded me, when I was doing this, a little bit like watercolor painting. You know how you get your pigment and you mix it, and in the center it's more pigmented, and on the outer side it's less pigmented. And so you use the less pigmented bits for maybe if you're doing a sky, and you might use the more pigmented bit of blue if you're going to do something blue is part of the scenery. It reminded me of that, and it makes it such fun and so artistic. But there's also some other advantages to it. The other advantage is that if you're using similar colours, but you're using it in different parts of your face, then it's going to bring the look together, because basically you're using a similar pigment. So the lipstick, I don't need to ask you, does my lipstick go with my eyeshadow? Because it is my eyeshadow. Okay. I'm really loving playing with this. Now, this palette isn't cheap, but I think it's worth it. I think it's really worth it as a, because you've also got these shades that you can use as contours, and you can use them as powders. You can also use this to highlight areas if you want. I actually highlighted the middle of my nose, and, you know, I used a little bit of this to contour. And again, you don't need to pick out a particular shade. If you're fairer than me, you just go a bit further up here, and you use it a little bit lighter. Now, I'm going to take you now to the swatches. And as I said, what I did is I did one swatch, and obviously that was all mixed together. And then you will see that next to it, I've done the lightest part of the swatch of the shadow and the darkest part of the shadows, so you can see those. Okay, so that's the swatches. Now, obviously, you don't have any shimmery shades in this palette. But again, you know, if you want to add shimmer, you can always add shimmer. And as I said, with this, I added some clear gloss to make it into a lipstick. And I just love the creativity of this palette. So it may not scream shimmery, party look, whatever, but I put it down as a kind of, you know, in your artist kit, if you're painting a picture, you have your kind of prime shades, and then you can work your way out from them, and you can mix them to whatever intensity. This is what this palette is for me, and I'm absolutely loving it. Now, Hindash does other palettes, similar idea, with the gradient going down in different colours. So do go and check out their range. I got this palette they are not the cheapest palettes. I'm going to put the price over there. I actually, again, got, I think it was either 20 or 25% off on Cult Beauty. They sell Hindash on Cult Beauty. You can also buy direct from the site. That's about it, really. That's all I can say about this. Do let me know what you think about this idea, whether you think you'd use it. This is a palette where you really have to free up from the idea that it's an eyeshadow palette. And when you do, you get so much fun out of this that you really start seeing a look come together. So I hope you've picked up some of my enthusiasm. I didn't sleep at all last night. So if I'm not coming across as very enthusiastic, it's probably because I'm tired. But I hope you've enjoyed this today. Short but sweet, just like me. Shorter than usual anyway. Let me know if you've got any questions, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care, and thanks for watching.